In today's video, a couple things. So a little bit more XM4 POV from Formal and another look at a team that we don't really get to see very often, and that's the London Royal Ravens. So we got Dylan, we got Shawnee, we got Alex, we got Zero, and they've played pretty well overall. This is one of those teams that I don't see the sure firepower out of. So I think that Shawnee had an incredible end of the year last year at Champs. I'm just not sure that they can slay, especially at the SMG position and the flex position with the likes of some of the other teams that we have towards the top. But overall, I think still teams are kind of in just this weird role where they're trying to figure out what roles to play and what guns to use. And even throughout this entire scrim, I noticed a lot where people were like confused with what guns DASHY was using, and they just like, there seems to be a little bit of confusion with which guns people are running on whip maps, and it's just early, right? And the other thing is, in the Modern Warfare season, this had already been determined because it was just the MP5 and the M4 were so much better than every other gun. This is a little bit different. This is how it normally is, in that, you know, Treyarch's making changes every couple of weeks. There seems to be some weapon balancing and some gun issues that are being sorted through. So in this one, that's where you see Formal using the M4 a little bit more. Again, I'm kind of surprised by it because I don't see a ton of other people using it. Like DASHY's using the Krieg currently. Shawnee is also using the Krieg. So actually, you see Alex right there using the FFAR, which is, again, that gun had some changes made to it with the last weapon update. So it's just entirely different, and we'll see what happens here. I don't know if Scump's using the FFAR or if he just picked it up, but he just got a kill with it. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I didn't notice that in scrims, but I wasn't watching Scump's point of view. I was mainly watching Formal's because I wanted to see how the introduction of the M4 is really going as of late. But overall, one thing that I will say entirely is that this is a map that Chicago notoriously throughout the first few weeks of this season played pretty well on. So they played pretty well on this map. On Crossroads and some of the smaller maps, they didn't perform the best, but this is one where you could really see how Chicago was playing overall, right? If they're playing good on Moscow, then things are probably going their way. That was kind of my take for the first couple weeks of the season. And like the last week or so, they got away from that a little bit, and now it seems to be back. I think it was just the gun issues and what roles are people playing. I think that there might have been a little bit of an issue with sorting through that, but once they got through it, I think things are starting to return to this being one of their best maps. So heading over to P4, they did have spawns for P3. They ended up getting pushed through bank, and now as they rotate over into P4, doesn't appear that they're going to be able to get this initial time here, and the first set of rotations really haven't been great for them. So P1, they kind of split time. P2, they got flipped after having those initial P2 spawns. They had spawns for P3 but got flipped out about halfway through. And then P4, this is really kind of like a toss-up. Even though London has spawns, OpTic is doing a nice job of getting those kills off of spawns and not allowing London inside that P4 hardpoint. So maybe P4 is a little bit of a slight win, maybe just being able to rack up a little bit of time while not having those spawns. But again, a difference maker here could be as it goes into the second set of rotations, they do have spawns for P2. However, looks like DASHY and Scump both just went down over there by Courtyard, which means the push through the bottom side of the map and through CDOM over there is going to be open. So it'll be big for them to stop any push from the bottom. I'm not sure if they were able to get both of those kills before they leaked through or not, but if not, well, if they are able to keep those P2 spawns, this is where the comeback happens, right? They've been able to basically get every single second inside of P1, And if they keep those P2 spawns, then they're just going to be able to stack those back-to-back hills together, and that's how they're going to make this comeback, at least early so far. But we are in the second set of rotations. We're about to head back to P2. So with that, let me go ahead and let me turn up the team comms. I'll still pop in. I'll still explain everything that's happening and the important kills and rotations that I see. But for now, let's go ahead. Let's listen to the Chicago team comms as we just rotated to P2.
Mid deck.
Nice. I'm flanking mid.
Another one. Too smaller. They're both hitting out.
And there they go. They lost spawns again.
Mid window.
We can just hit front here.
Top window, Shawnee. Dead.
I got one.
Nice, go in the back with me, guys.
Top window.
I'm staying down. Back, Dylan, deep back weak. And one's mid window. Blind spot. In the back, Dylan. Spawning back.
Flash you. I can't see.
Deep back.
Back left, Shawnee. Dead.
He
got me in time on stairs.
SQ dead.
Job.
Nice, good job.
Nice kill with the pistol there.
Spawn there.
Street spawn.
I'm getting the fuck out of here, dude. Bottom SQ's on me. I'm gonna die.
Oh, one in the back actually.
I'm being chased.
Mid Dylan.
Dylan middle dead.
Nice too. Good shit. We're spawning Eskies.
I got one at old.
I think one street on me.
Rotation, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna play the back. Yo, what's in the back library, Shawnee? 100%.
I can help you.
He's back
I got another one at old. I backed that old.
Back library, Shawnee.
Dead.
Behind me. Small door. I'm on my camp.
In the back.
No, wait, one towards middle.
Close right front.
I had the back.
I have some mid.
Close right front.
Alex,
Dill.
I had the back.
Helping mid.
To the left.
You help him front.
I hold middle.
Yeah, he's flashed. I'm
in the back tray.
Help him back.
Absolute front.
In the middle, guys. Shawnee.
Looking back.
I did not spawn there. He pushed it.
I have middle.
I have mid in a second. I have mid in a
Scan
second.
the back, guys.
Still in front dead.
He got past you. Balk.
Nice job. Good
Nice.
job.
I'll just kind of say as a whole real quick that I don't know what it is, but I do not have, it's a personal confidence in me. I do not have the personal confidence of, you saw Formal on those back library stairs lose that gun battle to, I believe it was 0. I don't have the confidence to get that sort of kill where you're on a heady, they're on a heady, you're really far away from them. I just feel like if they have a Krig or even an AK, it's way easier to hit those shots. Now, I know I'm not a pro, and they did a really nice job of stacking P1, P2, P3 together. They've gained like an 80-point lead, but I don't know. I don't love Formal running an M4. Maybe it's, again, it could just be something inside me that I don't love that gun, and especially at that distance. It just has a really weird recoil pattern to me. But they seem to be making it work. So let's go ahead. Let's listen back in here.
One shot. I got him.
I'm hitting rats time.
I'm getting down.
I can grab time if.
In rat.
I got it.
Good job playing right.
Bust.
I pinched it.
Really
I don't see him.
There's another one here.
Dead.
I spawned
behind a street. I have time.
I will say, because this is the second time that we've seen this. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up our mini map. OpTic has just been doing a really nice job of having these spawns inside of P4. And once you get inside of this P4 hardpoint to get time, even though this isn't the beneficial side, at least I don't feel it is, you can set up a nasty heady, because if London's getting this back spawn, then they really only have a couple of options here, is to run through this elbow right here, or to run through bank from either side and come out this door. Now, they could also sneak into gold and hit this jump up right here, but if you're Chicago, and what makes this so dominant is that if you're inside of this P4 hardpoint, you can push forward into elbow and you can watch this choke point right here, which means you can also get around the other side of this bus and watch this choke point right here from either inside the bus or behind the bus, or you can even tuck yourselves into this left corner over here. But what makes it so easy to hold, it's very much so like P5 on Garrison. If you're able to get pushed up, you can get longer lines of sights into these choke points. And once you do that, it's pretty easy to stack time inside of P4. So that's kind of what we've been seeing on both rotations right there. And it really has just kind of snowballed for Chicago, because it didn't look great through the first set of rotations. And then Formal won basically all of P1. They were able to hold rotations and kind of split time in P2, but win P2. P3, they were able to get all the time. In P4, they were able to spawn trap and get the time. So that second set of rotations, even though the first ones didn't go great for for them. The second one really is what we're able to build this lead out to, you know, this 220 to 108 advantage that you see right now. Let's listen back in.
One more
Go
there.
far left street, wrap back. One's bust on me, Trey. Trey's left, Trey's left. Trey's dead. One more wrap back to their spawn. He went their mid, I think.
They're mid, one shot.
See, like, those shots, did those not look shaky? I don't know.
On the heady. They're deeper heady. Shawnee, not weak.
I have street.
Yeah, nothing has
One shot Trey, bro.
You grab time? You grab time?
Yeah, I can.
I'm
I have
getting
the
time.
push. I have the push.
I need left side hill.
Left side hill.
Close. Watch out.
One shot glass.
One shot left side hill.
One more glass, and our side hill. Make sure don't flip, make sure don't flip.
One shot.
I have streaks.
I was spawning, good job. They're trying to hit mid, they're trying to hit middle.
Yeah, I'm getting in front.
Mid, Alex, good.
Blind spot.
Playing back left.
One front.
Deep left. Shawnee's deep left. I died, fuck, man.
Stay up, I'm streaking.
I didn't hold my cam either, I should everything on.
Those are by the way, those kills from Shawnee right there are insane. He was able to slide around to the left and rip Dashy off the heady up top. And then Formal didn't even hit a bullet before he also ended up dying. So that was a tremendous play right there from Shawnee, which Formal did get one last spawn there. The rest of OpTic spawned over towards that statue area right here where Formal just spawned. So doesn't appear maybe they're able to get in and get those last couple kills. Yeah, there they go. So Formal went 26 and 16. By all means, probably not his best map ever, but I thought they did a pretty decent job of just after that first set of rotations being able to rotate from hill to hill, keep spawns, earn those rotations. I'm interested to see, really, my biggest takeaway from this is, do they keep with this M4 or do they switch it up? We'll see, but it seems, I don't know. Again, it could just be something with me where I don't love the M4, but he's Formal. He can obviously shoot a heck of a lot better than I can, so we'll see what happens. But if you're new around here, you enjoy this sort of content, make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I put out brand new videos just like this every single day. Leave a like, as always, as it really helps out the channel. And with that, guys, thank you so much. We will see you in tomorrow's upload.